Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Number 31, back to return.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
This return for a touchdown.
Tight end. Four down. Alert.
Down. Blue 80.
Shift.
But 5-man box.
37. Check 37.
A first carry now for Wendell Smallwood. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
White Monday down.
Hey.
You're mine.
Four down.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Go Chief. 734.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And an alley to run. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tight, guys, double tight. Hey, four down. Let's go. Red 38.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Flex round. Mike, check 33. Hey, check. 6 guy. Check 6 guy. Flex round. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Ohio. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Rush in.
They run. This is Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs.
6-18.
Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Purdue.
Mike 54.
Purdue. 24.
Now Carr. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend, and nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get, and then the players.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Kill. Check 24, check 24. Switch. Ohio! Know your job!
Now Cohen. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Flex round! Double tight. 4 down. Flex round! Alert flow.
They'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done? Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
They start the drive with Smallwood. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Now Carr, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Express. 24.
Throwing now is Carr, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
33. Ohio! Ohio! Yeah. You don't want none?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Carl Nassib in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Monday down.
25, check 25, check 25.
Cover 0. Down. 180.
Right over there. Yeah, yeah.
White.
Right there.
694.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Here's Carr. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Number 16.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 55 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Ohio! Ohio!
We got four. We got four down.
Ohio! Ohio!
Check 31. Check 31. Shift. Staying open.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Two tights. We got four. Hey, I got him. That's me.
This is Cohen on the toss. He's to the 10. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, that's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that'd scare me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. It's their quarterback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Run.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that'll make the score 14-0.
The Bears will kick this one
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Vikings on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Turn it up.
White down.
58, boy.
808.
Mike.
694. 734. Low. That's it.
Card out of throw. Looking deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
618.
Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Carl Nassib in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Going 58's the mic.
Hurry, get set, fellas. 637. 694.
Carr to throw on second down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Deuce right.
They'll run with Smallwood. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
734.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Seth DeValve, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
Minnesota is lined up for the kickoff. Number 84, the deep return man.
Rosas now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Flex round.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's caught inside the 30.
Crash.
That play is good for
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. More from Minneapolis after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Shift.
Flex round.
Hey, check Mike 33.
This is Cohen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Flex round.
Double tight, guys. 4 down. Check.
Here we go. White 90.
Motion.
Off the toss, Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch one.
Flex round.
Check. Watch the safety creep.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
29.
Carr now on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Here we go.
The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line.
37.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Carr going to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Low.
He's not going to get me.
On third and long, it's Carr.
Kill.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Here's Brad Wing now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. White, 90.
They'll throw now on the final play. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking deep for Gabriel.
10.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ohio. Let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Flex round. Flex round.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Go, baby. Turnover.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Ohio. Flex round.
Four down. Motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go.
Again, it's Cohen. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check.
Ohio.
What's the curl?
They'll look to throw here. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Mike, check 33. It's a party now.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 7. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. 4 down.
Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. Room past the 20. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 45 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
637. 24. 29. 29.
Throwing on third and long. Carr. They got a man. It's Woods. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
808. 24.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd and short, Smallwood. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Check. White down.
First down, a run with Smallwood. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
On second down, Smallwood. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
1, Raider 1.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick by Rosas is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ohio!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Here we go, we're good, we're good.
Handoff comes to Smallwood, and they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
6:37.
They give to Smallwood, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6.
White.
They pitch out to Smallwood. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run Smallwood, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
7:34.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Throwing on 3rd and long. Carr. And the pressure gets to him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10.
Flex round.
Check 33. 33.
Flex round. We ain't giving up nothing today.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Flex round. Hey, check Mike 33. Check. Flex round.
Let's get off the field.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Check.
Deuce right.
Check.
Raider 9.
Watch safety creep. Watch
637.
To throw on second down, Carr. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. A run with Smallwood. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Raider 1. 808.
right there all day, baby.
On first down, Carr. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Tight end's right.
Hey, Raider 2.
Here's Smallwood. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line.
Hey, here we go. 694.
It's coming again.
Low.
Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
I'm gonna run you
And he'll be
over.
brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll get it up the middle. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
Get set.
58, right over there.
Hey, Purdue.
58, right there.
They'll run for it with Smallwood. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Running for it, Smallwood. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
I'm gonna hit you all day, baby.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Hey, 4 down.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And now out comes Minnesota. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
734.
He's back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Woods. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
734. 808. Hey, 734. 637. Go Chief. Purdue.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Here we go.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
29. 29. White. 694.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Let's go.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Down. Blue 80.
Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey.
Raider 9. 734.
Carr to throw.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
A dump off to Smallwood. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
808.
To throw is Carr, and he will find his man on the outside. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.